Hi Wayne,
Yeah, Liam.
how are you?
This week, bank holiday weekend, and I work. I pull double shift.
And take it when you're getting it.
Pardon?
Take it when you're getting it.
Yeah. Well, sick when July comes along. I won't be busier, so mold making will take a back seat.
Yeah. Well, you have a different angle tonight on your view.
I'm not on my desk because I'm just taking a rest because I'm seeing pink elephants. But also, it's playing them for a bit as well.
I can't be that bad working on a 1/16 scale.
Yeah, a lot of people have commented on it. Should do.
Now,
I've posted it in every community I'm with.
yeah, it must have cost a fortune that kit, but
I did it. I worked it out. 700 pounds.
ye gods. I think I will say jealous, but it's way out of my league. Hi, Carolyn.
Good evening.
We're just Wayne's just telling me what the tomato the 1/16 scale tank cost him.
Jeez. I heard £700 when I come in.
Yeah.
£698 and 96 pence. I think it came out at.
Wait, was it an attack of madness, or was it something you had to have?
It's no, it's one of those weekly model magazines.
Oh, right. I assumed it was an all-in-one kit.
You get so far, you can't stop. Then.
Yeah. It's a bit like the Millennium Falcon thing. Anyone that started it has to keep at it. Otherwise, you feel like you've wasted your money completely. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got stuck on a bit. I got stuck on the bit where you have to put all the bogies on and all that, because it's all spring loaded. So you need about 2 pairs of hands to do it.
Yes.
The thing is though, if they made the whole base out of white metal instead of plastic, because all the screws broke.
Right. Right. That's an issue with the Millennium Falcon too. I know if you rush into it and start assembling it before you're ready, because it's they're self what's the name for the screws? They're self-tabbing.
Yeah.
You've got one go at it, and that's it. You don't get a repeat.
Well, these weren't self-tapping. These were just standard, like, little screw bolts, but really fine.
Right.
So, but you got to try and put the screw. Oh, sorry, I'm not done best tonight.
I can tell. Yes. You're suffering from modelling fatigue. It sounds like.
No, I'm suffering from exhaustion for work.
Oh, right.
So,
okay.
So you got the spring, you got the cantilever arm, you got to put that arm, you got to put the spring over the hook, then you got to put the screw in, and you got to do it without letting go.
Yes.
So the spring comes off, or the carpet monster gets the screw, and you spend time looking for the screw, which is about the size. Is
this? I mean, have you been sort of gathering the parts? You've been keeping the parts from each week, and then you just started now, or have you been assembling a bit?
I got a file drawer at WH Smith's, and I used to I ordered it, and they just put in a file for me, and I pick it up once a month. Pick up the issues.
Yeah. Well, it's probably a better way of working too. I don't know if you've seen, you maybe haven't seen. It's oh God, his name's Granville. Maybe you don't know. Do you know Granville? Don't you, Carwin?
Possibly. I'm sorry. I was looking at something else. Sorry, what was that?
Or Gravel, I beg your pardon. Is it Gravel?
Mm-hmm.
Gravel. Oh, sugar. He has a web page or a YouTube page, and he puts up the Millennium Falcon build every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
and he's doing an excellent job of it. Again, it's handy for people to avoid the pitfalls.
Greville Wilson.
Greville Wilson, yeah, couldn't remember his name. I'm annoyed that I couldn't think of his name. Movie modeler, I think, as he's known as well on his YouTube page.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's been nice to follow his build of the Falcon. But again, to me, it's frustrating having a part and then having to wait an hour a week or a fortnight to get an hour 2 parts, and then I don't know. I wonder how many of them are actually being built throughout the UK. I know that the local news agents does get quite a few orders, so there must be a hell of a lot of them on the workbench, so to speak.
Well, I think what they've done is they're hoping the publicity from the new Star Wars film was going to sell them as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Although I think even without that, it would have sold anyhow. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's I don't know if you saw the Wonderfest coverage, Carolyn.
Did I see what?
The Wonderfest coverage.
No. All I've been watching is Britain's Got Talent.
And apparently that was a cheat. Did you not see the whole big thing about Matisse has a stunt dog?
No.
I've not seen that. You know the bit where the dog walks across the rope?
Yeah.
A different dog.
Well, that's okay. The dog's still done, eh?
Oh, no. It's not the whole. It's not the star. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger had a stuntman came in and did the part. It's not the same.
Well, that's what happens in the movies. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, apparently, a lot of people are aggrieved. They're saying it's a cheat, but I know where you're coming from. Like equally well, that dog was talented as well, but.
You still had a dog walking across a tightrope.
Yes, I know.
One of them, a little mini hobby device.
That's a handy device.
Mm-hmm.
What was I saying? Wonderfest.
Yes, I don't know what that is. Please explain.
Well, I know Lou Dalmassa was going to it, but he hasn't put up a video report yet. But the big announcement, or 2 announcements, was they had previews of the Revell Star Wars kits.
Oh yeah.
And they are the Fine Molds kits.
That just means they're going to be good quality.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the price. The price will be a hell of a lot lower than the Fine Molds prices everywhere. If they're Revell Europe is going to be selling them.
Yeah.
The other more important thing from my point of view was that Polar Lights are releasing a 22-inch Space 1999. What's the right term? The
Eagle.
The Eagle. Yes, couldn't think. So, but they're talking about $80 in America, so that'll end up being the guts of £100 here. But
I don't know. It maybe.
Well, it was like the Mobius Lost in Space robot. I mean, I got one from America. No, sorry, I beg your pardon. I got one in the UK, but the UK price was exactly the same in pounds as the American price was in dollars. And $59 became £59.
Yeah.
But well, if it's 80 quid for a 22-inch model, I suppose it's not bad. It's a nice size, and they're on about they're selling a separate detail kit of all of the rockets and so on in turned aluminium. So that would be nice.
Well, yeah, I mean that would be a big bonus because I mean all the stuff that they had for the Eagle back when they made it, all that stuff was done in turned aluminium. So you're getting a sort of an original sort of produced part, so to speak.
I don't know how much they had a resin preview copy at the show.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about a November release for the actual thing in the UK, but I would look forward to it. It's one of those ones I wouldn't mind getting a hold of.
I like the Eagle. I think it's a very, very nice looking, and it's not just that it's a nice looking ship. It looks functional.
Yeah,
it looks like it could work.
Yes, exactly. That was the point of it. And I think this one has actual windows rather than the other kit, which was just painted black.
Yeah.
Which is really silly. But not a lot of other details about Wonderfest, just those 2 things. But I dare say Lou will put up a video of something.
Yeah.
Coverage.
Yeah.
The only other thing I could come across was a couple of American TV stations that covered it, but it was the usual 90-second.
Yeah. I'm here at Wonderfest. 12 so.
Yes, go to Wonderfest. It's open tomorrow from 10 till 5. This type of thing, and they always pick up on the silly things. Hi, Randall.
Hello, Randall.
Oh, Randall, sure.
He's here. I think he's sort of always here and not here.
Comfortable.
You can barely hear you, Randall.
I can't hear him at all.
I shall try and turn him up. We will just see. Control room. Where is he? I'll try and turn up his volume. Try it now, Randall.
Nope, still not hearing anything.
I've turned your volume right up too, but you're still not. One more time.
On.
Nope. Still sound like you're in our room. Caravan, did you get the interior finished, or have you been too busy?
Do you know what? It's done.
Oh.
And I've just uploaded the video of for today's update, and I'm just waiting for it to process.
Ah, right. I must have a look later on. Looking forward to seeing that.
So yeah, it's done. I've got a couple of things that I've got to do now, which is just tidy up the wires. Tidy up the wire. I've got to tidy up the wires. I've got to glue the Arduino board to the back. And I'm just picking up LEDs at the moment. I'm just I've dropped all the LEDs on the desk, so I'm just.
It's okay.
But yeah, no, it's all done, and I've been stressing about the details of it and everything, and now it's all in and it's all closed up and the top is glued on and you can't see shit.
That's always the way. But that's not the point. You know it's there.
Oh yeah, well that's why I made the videos. Everybody knows it's there. So no, you can see it. You can, I mean, obviously, like when Jamie puts it in his model, he's gonna have less of a view because the view I've got of my shuttle, I turned it into a different shuttle. I cut all the windows out. I broadened things, made the wings a different shape, and added a lot of different features to it. So you can see more through mine than you will through Jamie's, but. Even so, you can see, you can see the computers blinking away, and you can see, all the details up to the back. You can see the phaser locker and things like that. So you can see a lot. I mean, the stuff which I stressed about, like the environmental panel, which I ended up chipping off and starting all over again. That annoyed me because you can't see that at all. So all the detail that all the work that I've done to get it all accurate and straight and all that, and you can't see it.
It's like the time that Steve Neal did it. It's the same thing. You had tons of detail, but once it was sealed up, you were just staring through that little tiny door. And
yeah. But like I said, it's still what you can see looks good. So I just hope Jamie's going to be happy with it. That's all.
Oh, I'm sure.
So it's but yeah, I'm just letting it run now because I just want to make sure that all the LEDs are functioning tidy and everything. Because I did have one burnout. So that was annoying because I had actually just glued everything in place and everything was fine, and I let it run for about 4 hours and then it stopped flashing and it was like, it's got to be just a loose connection or something.
Yeah.
Checked the connection was fine, and then I took an LED and touched the LED to the contact points at where I'd soldered it onto the other LED. And this LED lit up, and that one was still dead. So it was like, no.
Things
happen.
I mean, do you find that you do get LEDs failing a lot? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Touch wood. I don't have usually it's down to me killing them, but.
Well, the funny thing is, I tend to. I'm quite tight. So when it comes to buying LEDs, I will buy.
Sorry to interrupt you. You're economic.
No, I'm tight. I'm looking for economic. I mean, yeah, I will look for a cheap offer. Like the LEDs, some of the LEDs that I bought were 100 for I think it was £1.75, and that came with resistors as well because I wouldn't buy it without resistors.
Yeah.
And they don't fail. They just don't fail, you know, and that's why I buy them for that cheap, because if they do fail, well, I would rip them out and put another one in.
Yeah.
But as it wasn't one of the cheap ones that failed. It was one of it was one of my other ones. It was one of my warm whites.
Yeah.
But there we are. You know, it's out now. It's changed, and it's all sealed up, and everything's looking good.
So are we back to the D next, are we, or?
Well, tomorrow I'm gonna, because at the moment there's a friend who's coming up tomorrow, and he's working on a Warhammer diorama, and he's working on a battle damaged Rhino tank and an orc. Orc, no.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with I know Warhammer very vaguely, so.
I'm trying to think. No, it's Orc Dreadnought. Yeah.
Right.
So he's doing that. So I'm giving a hand with that. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be get the D finished tomorrow, and then make a start on the other projects. So.
Any reveals of your next jobs?
Well, like I've got to finish off things first, so that's why I've spent today just finishing off the interior.
Yeah.
So that's finished off. I tidied that up. Now tomorrow it's done and it's gone, and then I put it in a box and ship it to Jamie, and he thumbs up all around. But the next thing to do is to get the Iron Man helmet finished off.
Oh yeah.
So that's got to be done.
Are you going to light it?
Pardon?
Are you going to light the eyes?
Oh yeah. It's all gonna be lit and nice and everything. But what I'm doing is around certain areas of the mask, I'm going to be doing a little bit of shading, so it's not like this flat color.
Yeah.
So I want the reds to have like sort of a slight tone where you've got the edge of the seam. I want where it's supposed to be a separate panel. I want one panel to be just have a slightly different hue to the top, you know, or things like that. And then, yeah, once that's done, that's mounted, and then it's on to other things. Obviously, the next project is going to be the street scene and the TARDIS.
Oh, of course, yeah, that's right, yeah.
So that's what's coming next. But I've got a couple of things lined up that, you know, I've been seriously thinking about doing a Red Dwarf for offer. So I've been thinking about making one for a kit. So that's a possibility. I think it'd be about half the size of mine, because I think mine's an impractical size for a kit. You know.
Yeah.
It's you know, it would be, you know, as a kit it would be sort of, you know, 2 plus something feet of resin. I think that's a bit much.
Think of the postage costs.
Well, that's it. I mean, it wouldn't be solid cast, but it would still be a lot of resin. So, but you know, so I'm thinking of that, and obviously, like I said before, I want a lot of people to get interested about me doing a 2-foot Galileo.
Yeah.
So there's that as well. That might be, but I'm looking to get the TARDIS done, because, and if anybody's interested, I will have the molds for that as well. So if anybody's interested in wanting one, then I can do that, sort that out for them.
What scale?
It's 1/6.
So that's about 18 inches. Something.
It's so look, yeah, 1/6 scale will put it at 38.5 centimeters around in diameter.
Right. Which is
well, this is a 1-to-1 scale print of one of the panels.
Yeah.
So you can see how large it's going to be all around. So it's not going to be a small.
It's one I would imagine would be popular as well. So.
Well, like I said, I chose to do the 25th anniversary console because, it's actually not my favorite console. Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite console is still the William Hartnell console.
Yes. Well, I'm Patrick Troughton was my era, you see, so that's why.
Yeah, Patrick Troughton is my favorite Doctor.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
But the
I watched the original live episodes, you see, so
yeah.
that's how old I am.
But I having seen the original console in where they got the original console in Cardiff, and it's had the Doctor Who experience, and there's plenty of videos which show the original console in full HD in full color.
Yep.
And it just looks stunning. I mean, it really does look like something special.
Yeah, allowing for the age of it.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not even that. It's just the fact that you see these they use these I guess they were tea lights at the time that they were just lights that you'd put in like toilets or something.
Yeah.
These sort of half round lights.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't make it out of anything expensive. They had these sort of gauges and stuff like that they had from broken equipment and whatever. But the way they've laid it out and the way they lit it and the way it looked, when you see it in full color, just all these lights flashing away, it just looks like something beautiful.
Yeah.
And but no, the reason why I'm doing the 25th anniversary console is because I think for me it was the jump in standard in the show. It was that moment whereby you could see they'd spent a lot of money.
Yeah, it wasn't made by Blue Peter.
Oh no! I mean that's the thing. You see the console that they used just before it.
Yeah.
Which was I think it was the Mark 6, I think. That console, that you could see they hadn't spent any money on that. I mean, literally. They
didn't have any money to spend. So.
Anytime you can tell, like anytime somebody had this special story idea, that you can just imagine somebody just walking onto the set with a drill, drilling another hole in the console and just popping a switch on like that. It just looked so ropey. And then the 25th anniversary comes with the Five Doctors story. And then the first time you see inside the TARDIS and Peter Davison's wiping it down with a rag, and and you got Tegan there, and they're all standing there around it and stuff, and you see all these lights go in, and it just looks like, this looks like a TARDIS console.
You didn't go to the concert, no?
No.
I was in Birmingham last Wednesday and Thursday. We were going to see Paul McCartney on Thursday night, and same venue. They had the BBC Wales concert doing the Doctor Who concert on the Wednesday night.
Yeah.
If I'd known it was on, I would have booked it. We were walking past, and it was just at the intermission, and the security girl was there. We said, could we look at the merchandise stall? And she said, do you want tickets? And I sort of looked at my wife and said, yeah. And so we got 10th row dead center for the second half. Superb, really superb. I put a YouTube video up of the they did they played the title sequence.
Yeah.
Which shows all the different Doctors. If you have a look at the YouTube my channel, you'll see it. Really, I love theme music at the best of times, but that was just such a bonus night.
Yeah.
And Cybermen, of course, and various different characters all tramping about. No Daleks for some strange reason, but.
Yeah, you can't have them all.
I know. Perhaps they couldn't get them up on the stage because of the steps.
Yeah. Oh, they might have been on in the first act.
This is true. Peter Davison was there too, looking a little bit lost, almost. They had a sort of a set of. It was obviously a preset dialogue. I know someone went to see it in London, and it sounds like it was exactly the same dialogue. But he would come on and introduce the particular piece they were going to play.
Yeah.
And for the encore at the very end, they did that thing of the theme music with all the different Doctors on the screen. And he brought out his coat that he had worn originally. He said it was his original coat. I don't know. And he loaned it to the conductor to wear during the play, playing the music. So it was a nice little touch, but it was all a little bit corny. The dialogue was all a bit stilted and so on, but it was still enjoyable. But seeing live music like that just is 1,000,000% better than listening to it on CD or anything.
Oh yeah. But so Fifth Doctor's TARDIS set. I'm going to be doing that. That's going to have everything. It's going to have all the time rotor moving up and down and all the lights blinking away. And I've started working on some of the. I've moved it pretty somewhere. I started working on some of the switches for the console. And I've put it down. Yeah, so this should give you some idea of how big it's going to be. Where is it? Is it on there? I'm not sure if it's on that print. But this is going to be how big some of the buttons are going to be.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if you can see.
Yep. And this is all cast resin, so you have to make one original and then copy it. Is that what?
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. This is one of the masters now. And it'll all be cast. All the buttons are going to be cast separate, so that it'll just be a sheet of all the different buttons and everything, and then I'll just have to cut them out and just stick them on.
My dream project would be Captain's Chair from TOS.
Full size?
Yes. Oh, you have to sit in it. What use is it if you can't sit in it? So, there was a competition, the first London Film Comic Con, which was in Excel. It must have been 2008, I think it was. Mm-hmm. It was what's the magazine? Oh,
Starlog?
No, SFX magazine in the UK.
Oh.
They sponsored a quiz, and the prize was a TOS Captain's Chair.
Now you see, I would like a TOS Captain's Chair. But I think I would enjoy sitting in a Next Generation Captain's Chair more.
Well, I have a friend. I'm in a Facebook group, which is to do with the Star Trek London 2012 group.
Mm-hmm.
And he's his same surname as me, James Dillon. He's actually building the whole Enterprise D bridge. He's done the Captain's Chair. He's doing the 2 side chairs now. He's got the navigation panels. He had a transporter, which he got Miles O'Brien to sign at Star Trek last year in London. But it's impressive, but again, a hell of a lot of work. It's actually probably easier to build that one than to build the TOS one.
Yeah, probably. But it does look comfier. I've got to be honest. I as much as I like Kirk's Captain's Chair, I always felt it looked better from the Mirror Universe when it had the higher back. So it just looked like you could relax into it.
It's surprising that because it's not a chair like a dining chair. You're not sitting.
Yeah.
It's actually about 50% wider than that, so you can actually sit with your legs crossed and sort of feel relaxed.
But it's got a low back. It looks like you just couldn't get comfortable.
Well, thing from Mythbusters, Adam. Oh, it's terrible being old.
Adam Savage.
Adam Savage built one recently.
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah.
But he went over the top with all of the.
Do you know? I liked what he did, but that underchair lighting would have to go.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not authentic.
Why would you spend that much time, that much money, that much effort, putting everything to get everything to look right, and then stick tape right under the chair?
Yes, and it makes it look like it's going to take off or something. But I have the plans for the TOS chair, and it's a lot of woodwork. But the biggest problem is getting the switches. Funny, the switches are available in the UK, but they're all one color. They're not the colors they need to be.
Yeah, I've seen somebody get one of those before, and they took because the actual switch itself is sitting on top of. I think it's sitting on top of a rocker.
Yeah.
So you just sort of have to pull either pull the side so that it comes off a pin.
Yeah.
And then you take them off, and then you have to respray them.
Yeah.
I've seen a few people do that, but I think I've seen somebody actually take one of them and cast it. So it was just the top, and then what you can do then is just cut that off the top of an old other rocker and just stick it on the top, and then it was done.
Yeah.
But they are difficult to get hold of.
There's a website. There's a guy actually selling the original material that they used for the speaker grill. You know the wall.
Oh yeah.
He came across it in a warehouse in New York, and he sells it at 16 centimeter square pieces for $10, which isn't bad. It's enough for a chair and a communication panel if you want to do one.
But I'm not sure what that material was, because he.
It's meant a speaker grill cover.
Yeah.
When you see it up close, it's sort of got if you think of those classic gramophone or old radios, valve radios, they always have that weird.
Yeah, well, I've got a radio somewhere from 19. I want to say 54. So, and that's this sort of wooden, sort of shape like that with a rounded top, and you've got these sort of chrome with this sort of mother of pearl surround on the switch.
Yeah.
To turn it on, and the winder then on the side.
Probably worth more than you think if it's in reasonable condition.
Oh, it still works.
Yeah. Well, you'd be surprised what some people will pay for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's very nice. So and that's got that sort of weave over the front of it,
Yeah.
With the name in a little bit of chrome up in the corner.
It's something my son suggested as a summer project, but we'll see how it's getting space to build it as well. It's just crazy, but.
Well, that is the final frontier.
Yes. The annoying thing was the day of the quiz at London Film Comic Con. You had to sit in the chair to answer the questions.
Yeah.
Which actually made it worse. If you had just been away from it, not just looking at it, but then just sit in it and have a go at it, and then that one. It was actually a Doctor Who guy from Devon that won it.
Yeah.
He didn't want it. He was going to sell it. Oh, it's so crazy. But well, the biggest problem would have been the excess baggage on the flight home. But
no, that would be a hell of a cost.
It would, yeah. I'm getting there, Randall.
Yeah.
She's
Oh, you're looking good.
Elastic bands holding it together at the minute. Anyway, so
it was authentic, that.
yeah, it probably was held together by elastic bands.
Yeah, rubber bands and sticky tape.
Only issue I've had is a couple of runs of Tamiya Extra Thin.
Yeah.
And it's marked the paint. Now, okay, I will be doing a matte coat on it eventually to finish it off, but it's just a bit annoying that it's sort of marked it a little bit. But I'm letting it sit for a day before I take the bands off because the joins aren't fantastic here. I'm missing a couple of little struts as well. I have to go on, and obviously I have to add in the easy line. Do you ever use that stuff?
Yes,
No.
I have.
Yeah.
Used it fairly regularly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
getting a hold of
fine
it
stuff.
in the UK. The very fine stuff. It's available in reels of 100 feet in the States, but of course here you buy it on these silly little. I don't know if you can see that, Carwin, how fine that is.
Yeah.
And it's elastic.
Oh yeah. So you put it on the navet.
And then it means it retains the tension.
Yeah.
People are using fishing wire and all the rest of it. It just doesn't work the same.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got the bike pack?
Yeah.
Did you get it
got
somewhere?
it in the model show in Scotland last year.
Ah, right. I must chat and see if anyone's going to Telford this year. I might ask someone to try and get it because I'd rather have a big reel like that because what they charge that little small thing was
for that there in that there. 100 feet of line.
And that'll do you forever.
Oh yeah, I'll never have to get another one again.
Yeah. Unless you're building an awful lot of biplanes.
I suppose it does help, and You don't have to wait for your underwear elastic to give.
Much too thick. Much too thick. But don't know. Have you noticed the back of this Carwin?
There is
Can you see the?
other stuff you can get.
Oh, that's right.
No, so you see the very back.
Yeah.
I'll turn it around better so you can
I can see this. Yeah, it's
see this here.
Yeah.
That was a pillbox. So basically, the guy in the with the machine gun stood upright in a pillbox that hung out of the bottom of the aircraft.
Yep.
Yeah, like a
Oh, I
dustbin.
know. Who would want to sit down to shoot people?
But 1930s design, weird.
Yeah, you know. You make all the mistakes before you get it right.
Oh, I know. What about? Did you finish the Hurricane? Are you still working
No,
at it?
still working away at it. Where did I do it? Oh yeah.
How do you know how much of the wing to cut for the lights?
Luckily, in the Hurricane model, there was actually it was marked on that stick.
Right. So you basically just remove the little bit that's delineated by the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Most models would have the thing marked out like that.
Yeah. I had seen it. It's just, I mean, and obviously reference material as well. You get a reference book of some kind and make sure that you're doing. It was
Oh yeah.
the day that Antiques Roadshow were doing Duxford. They had a Hurricane, and I was surprised at the size of the searchlights on the wing, at the front. The landing lights, all they must have been.
Yeah, and the landing lights can be quite big.
Yeah, it's it's something that just doesn't seem to get covered in when people build models, but maybe I'm wrong. Good morning, Keith.
Good morning, William. How are you, mate?
I'm fine, thanks.
That's good.
Not a lot warmer than you. It's getting 5 degrees here tonight, 1st of June. It's daft.
Yeah.
But you have excuse it's the winter time, but we haven't.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we've already had hail today as well.
Oh yeah, same here. Carwin's crazy.
Yeah.
Been camping there all day. I got absolutely soaking wet getting a pint of milk. I wasn't happy.
Bring back the days when the milkman delivered to the door.
Yeah. I not only milk, do bread at the same time.
Yay. Yeah, I remember growing up, we had milk and bread deliveries, and then they just stopped.
Yeah.
Same here. There's still one delivery man that I know of in Derry here, and I don't think he makes a lot of money.
No, he wouldn't. Well, this is proving to be a bit of fun.
I saw your little coverage on Jack's Hangout.
Oh yeah.
Well, what I'm in the process of doing now at the moment is, no, you probably can't see. I'm just sanding down all the detail, because around the edge, it's crap. It would not join. Instead of it being parallel, it was off kilter.
Left, yeah.
All of the detail that you had along the edge just wasn't going to. If you sanded it down, what was going to happen is you would have one, the upper part being really thin and the other bottom part being really thick, or vice versa. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they're off kilter. You couldn't sand them down. So what I did is I scratched a bunch of new panels, all the new details and like that around the outside, and I'm just in the process now of just sanding all that detail off the edges. So I'll just get all my scratch built stuff and just get around the edges and be done with it. Because
it was an AMP.
Trying to fix that. No.
It's not an AMP. I'm sorry, I thought it was an AMP kit.
Ravel or monogram?
No, it was just.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm sorry, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, Ravel monogram. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this has happened to anybody else. But today my link to Google Plus from the Google page has disappeared.
Yes, they've changed the way it works. And I don't.
Yes.
Do you use Google for your mail as well?
I got Gmail up there.
Yeah.
But where was Google? Where I just click on my name on Google Plus?
Yeah. To the right of that, you'll see a little box with like 9 squares.
Yeah.
Click on that, and then you've got all your apps.
Well, that's rubbish.
Google took me 10 minutes this afternoon because I was trying to do something, and I thought that normally clicks. Why won't my name click? I can't click my name.
Why would you take something that you want people to use and hide it?
Yeah, well, that's
the stupidest thing. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if adverts done that?
yeah. Well,
we're gonna sell you this shampoo, but we're not gonna tell you what it is. You'll have to guess.
But now you know someone else did the work for you this afternoon, so you don't have a problem anymore.
Yeah, but it's still. I mean,
it is silly. Yeah.
How many hundreds of millions of people use Google Plus and woke up today and went, "What the hell is going on?"
Yeah. I thought was I suffering from dementia or something? I thought that worked yesterday. I'm not working today. So.
No. It was like, yeah, I was thinking exactly the same thing. When I eventually worked it out and got onto my Google Plus account and everything, and I went, well, wouldn't it have been nice for them to actually go, and by the way, we're going to change something, and it's how we're going to do it, and by the way, here's the email for you to get there. No, nothing. They just change it, and then all of a sudden you go,
what?
Just a little blue bar at the top when you log on or something, and just saying, we're changing the way Google Plus works.
Yeah.
It's like Facebook, they always try to think up with new and nice.
Yeah. I think it's a test, and if you're not intelligent enough to really find it, you're not allowed to use Google Plus anymore.
No,
that's what it is.
No, but I mean, come on. It's one of the main things that Google has, and they hide the damn thing.
Yes. They're turning into Microsoft.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
I thought it was just me. I'm going.
No, it's
what? Computer just doing this? Is my stuff just doing this, or is other people having the same problem?
Well,
I'm glad.
I use Google Music for all my music on my iPhone rather than using iTunes.
Oh, okay.
It's the same thing. Up to recently, it was fine. At the minute, it won't sync. The music's on my computer, but it won't sync with the phone. The phone sits there doing a little spinning dial. Nothing fine. Now, the same thing. I thought I was starting to lose it, but they've obviously changed something.
Yeah. And not for the better either.
No. Randall, are you on your phone or your computer tonight?
On my phone. I'm on my phone because I got the thing up in the Google Plus on the laptop. The invitation, or are you going to watch? But I couldn't find a button anywhere that says join.
That's the same problem. Yes. Oh well. I'll chat to you. I'll hope to chat to you tomorrow about the solution to your problem.
My phone still has it.
Probably because the software hasn't been updated. I'm getting quite a bit of...
Computers haven't been a connection. I'm switching between Liam. Liam. Well,
don't know why it's jumping back and forth.
The phone had a button that said join.
Yeah.
The computer.
That's why, because the phone still has the old software.
Probably, yeah.
Evil.
That'll disappear the next time they update the thing or something like that.
Hopefully by tomorrow I may have news for you on the computer phone.
Nice.
We'll see. I'm not promising anything, but we'll see. It's something I think that should be looked at, sort of a minimum spec. But you need to do the Google Plus Hangout, because a lot of people seem to have issues. Wayne was on earlier on. Wayne's picture quality is pretty ropey, but I think that may be his webcam. But his actual signal is very poor as well. Your picture's pretty good, Jarwin. With you, Keith.
I keep what?
Your picture, I mean, the picture is fine on the Google Plus with you and with Keith, but some people just think it's awful picture quality.
I am using an awesome camera, Mike.
Is that sarcasm or boasting?
Well, it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Right. Well, I mean, the camera I'm using was only £15 in Maplin, and it works.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have autofocus. That's the problem with it, is fixed focus. But I'm thinking about getting the next one up, which has a lot more features in it. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to be changing my computer soon.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's yeah. I didn't spend a hell of a lot on the camera, but you know, it's such a good quality. I thought, you know, that's what I'm going to use it for now. So.
Is it a Logitech or something else?
I have no idea what it is. It's a GoPro knockoff.
Oh, the little one, the one you got in Hong Kong. Oh, sorry, forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you use this for the Hangouts too? That's excellent.
Yeah, yeah, it's a brilliant little thing. It is. It's absolutely fantastic. You got so much fun with it.
Plus, you can go driving down a hillside on a bicycle with it as well, I suppose.
Oh, you can go to the toilet with it. I mean, nobody wants to see that, but you can do it.
Your YouTube channel views might go up.
Or down.
Yeah, true. That's the thing I noticed with the Hangout from Saturday, Jack's Hangout. The views have gone through the roof on it. We're over 450 or something.
Yeah.
And most weeks it's 100, something like that. But for some reason this week, unless it's just new members, a lot more people on the Amazing Plastic.
I watched it there this morning, and unfortunately my appearances on it were rubbish.
Well, what can you do? That's some difficulties.
Well, yeah, I watched the Hangout this morning because I was going to be there, but it was I was looking at the clock. Britain's Got Talent's final was over, and it was like, okay, my eyes can't stay open any longer. I'm going to bed.
Yeah. Oh, that's the American one. I'm talking about the Across the Pond one.
Oh, right. No, but I can't make the Across the Pond one. I'm usually doing work.
Yep, I know. That's it can be difficult. It's 1 o'clock on a Saturday. Usually, my wife wants to do something else, but
yeah, it's an odd time. I think you would get a better response if it was later in the day.
I mean, Jack picked it. It's 8 o'clock in the morning for him, so it's weird. But
well, that's an even stranger thing, because like if he'd done it, say 8 o'clock in the night.
Yeah.
I think you'd get more people on.
If it was a Saturday night, I wouldn't be there. Definitely, and don't say that's a bonus. It's just certain times that do suit me, but that's why I do this on the Monday night. It's just perfect. So.
Yeah. Well, I said I can't make it at those times. Usually, normally if I make it to the main hangout, the American hangout.
Yeah.
Then normally what ends up happening is that I've got in and I'm completely knackered and I've fallen asleep, and then I get the alert on my phone which wakes me up about 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I turned those when I first started using Google Plus. I had that turned on, but I kept getting these reminders at 3 in the morning and things like this. And
I've had Hangout alerts wake me up, and it's been like 3:30, and it's been you lean over and you go, that bloody Australian, piss off!
Which is why I got mine turned off. Yes, that was terrible.
I just turned my phone off completely at night.
Oh no, you can't do that, Rat. Something important might happen. Did Keith, I was saying to Carmen about Winterfest. Did you see the announcements?
You got a wicked echo.
Sorry?
You got a wicked echo.
It's from your end, I think, because if I mute you,
I wonder if it's me again. It could be my microphone volume. I don't know how to turn it down.
don't think so. Is that any better now? I'm just going to mute you for a second, Keith, just to try something. So I've muted.
Yeah, doesn't Keith sound a lot better?
Yeah, but it doesn't.
No, we tried it.
It's still echoing.
I think it's me. I think it's from mine, but I don't know. I have no idea how to turn my microphone down.
It's probably Randall on his phone. That's what it is. Keith, I'm trying to unmute you, but it won't let me. Hold on. There, you're back on. You're back on now. Yep, there you go. Let me just mute you for a second, Randall. I just want to try and see if this fixes the problem. Right, is that any better now? Nope, same thing. Still as bad as ever. Strange.
But the other day, I was talking to Mitch, and he had the same thing. And what was happening is he would jump out, jump back in again, and it was fine. And then, 10 minutes later, the echo would be back again. It was
funny.
Well,
Carwin's muted himself now and has fixed it now, so it must be.
That's fixed it. Yep.
It's the reason I wear the headphone and the microphone, because it avoids any echo, if you're speaking at all. But
Carwin's got some budget stuff here, mate. So you put in crap out.
I could try plugging this set of earphones in.
It's fine now. It's not. I still think it's when Carwin muted there, Randall went away. So.
Well, so you can't actually hear me now?
Yeah. Oh, you're perfect, and your voice is much clearer. That's why I'm saying.
That's good, because I've actually plugged in earphones into my phone.
Oh yeah, it works.
And I can hear everybody now, and I don't seem to be getting quite the same echo. No, it probably was my fault.
It's still there slightly, but it's not.
Wait a minute. There you go.
How's that now?
Jesus, that's loud.
I can want me to turn you down. There you go. Turn you down. How's that now?
Jesus.
The worst thing is, it was 1 week. I think it was Randall's machine was making this weird feedback, and that just it's just and if someone sneezes, that's terrible.
Always blame me.
Always blame me. Yes. Never worry. Say hopefully it'll be sorted soon. Bear with me.
Broad shoulders. I can take a lot of blame.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can switch to this microphone. I wonder if that switches.
It should. Well, normally it's on your screen at the top. You've got your little settings. Yeah, you click on settings, and it should give you a choice of. Sometimes it'll be unknown USB audio device, or built-in microphone, or one of those.
I don't know.
And even then, it even gives you the choice of choosing whether it's studio or voice. Let's see, how do you swap the left and right stereo channels? No, leave that alone.
I have none of those settings.
You see, Macintosh.
It's total budget.
Let's have a look. No.
In other news, I've been drilling out exhausts here.
I drilled the exhaust out on this thing, but the problem. Oh, we've gone funny sound.
What?
Everybody else is going very quiet.
Yeah, don't know what happened there. But the exhaust in this thing, the problem is each exhaust is curved, so you can drill out the front one easy enough, but the ones behind that are impossible to drill out. So.
Looks good, Liam.
It's not bad. It's not a bad little kit. It's how I'm going to weather it. I don't know. It's or just maybe leave it as it is and be happy enough, or if I keep at it and at it, I'll spend far too much time at it. I want to get back into the Star Destroyer. I have to get back into the Star Destroyer because otherwise the amount of time and effort I've spent on it's a bit of a waste. And then hopefully back into the ship again. There's so many models I want to build. It's recently, and then Jack suggested the thing about doing the Mad Max build, and I was looking today, and there's a Volkswagen Beetle actually in the movie, or actually a couple of them. That looks interesting. I wouldn't mind having to go with that if I can get a hold of a Beetle kit, but I'll be in Belfast this weekend.
What the hell was that?
That's my text message.
Ah.
Original series. Communicator. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the flip tone.
Yes.
As it were.
Very important that.
I had the original Hale. You know how did it go? I can't remember anyway. But for some reason it came out too quiet in my phone, so I never heard anything.
That one there. You see it? You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, on the iPhone.
Yeah.
Ah, Louis.
Because
The iPhone.
It's not going to do it now. Robert, why is it not working?
Because it's Apple.
Ah, shut up, you. It has gone temperamental. You just don't like the fact that there's a new take over. It's an ancient piece of software. That's probably what it is. It's one of the oldest apps on the phone, actually. It's not going to work. Typical. But no, I've got it set for my text message. Original series every time. That's just. So, no work on the Defiant since then, Keith?
No, not a sausage. I've got to get in contact with Jay, and it's at the stage now where it's ready for all the auxiliary parts to go on it. I've done absolutely everything on it, and now I just need those parts to arrive to continue on with it. So I stuck it back in the box.
It hasn't been online much recently. I haven't seen him very much, so.
No, I haven't seen Jay in a long time.
I hope he's all right.
I see your video is just up there now, Carwin. I must have a look at it afterwards.
Yeah, I've just uploaded it. Keith, you haven't had any packages?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. It shouldn't be long.
Yes, I was about to say my dildo is still on its way. It hasn't arrived yet.
No, it shouldn't be. I can't imagine it being, too long before you get it, because they told me that it would be between 7 and 9 days. So.
But he's in Tasmania, Carwin. You have to allow another 7 to 9 days for to get from Australia to Tasmania.
Yeah.
That equates to 7 to 9 weeks down here. It's
Yeah. I suppose you have to get someone brave enough to take the boat across.
I should get the. I've got the receipt somewhere from the post office with the tracker number on it. So
it probably won't work once. I know with certainly the stuff in the US, the tracking number works as far as the exit point.
Yeah.
And then it seems to evaporate into the ether.
No one sees it. That's okay. As long as if I can find out if it's already left the country, then
yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So,
it reaches Australia. It reaches the void, which is Australia Post. And
it would be totally ironic. It would be totally ironic if the Voyager got lost. I mean,
holy hell!
Do you have any caretakers near you?
70,000 meters away from home.
Just watch out for the cage on.
Hopefully not. Hopefully that's not happened. So, But no, I say I want to try and get this finished in some respect and see, just get her to the point where I'm happy and then stick into the Star Destroyer. Although I may try Jack's suggestion for just putting the optical fibers loose rather than attaching them to a bulb for the ones in the upper hull. But I'll try it and see.
Yeah.
Use just the ambient light then, powering it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't need them to go to a single LED, because with tape light you can just run it around.
Yeah. But it's the fact I've spent so much time and effort putting them in.
Yeah.
And the way I've done it. I mean, you probably have seen it. 1 second.
This all hype.
You can hear you, Carwin.
Yeah.
And I know the lights that are in the side are usually they're usually like a blue light. But the light that's in the tower are more of a warm white.
Yeah.
So I may end up doing it that way. But I mean, there's the fact that they're bundled. They're all bundled into batches. You can just see how many of them there are. 620 of that.
Wow.
So a lot of drilling.
Looks like it needs a shave.
Well, it's been going. I mean, that's since before Christmas. I think it was the last time I worked on it. So I need to get back into it. And then I've got the LEDs at the back for the engines as well. Deciding how bright I want to go with those.
No, they should be pretty bright. They scorch bright in the film, and they really.
Yeah. It's the one thing it's the one thing that lets down the X-wing that's over there, over in the background, just sitting there with the lights on.
Yeah.
The one thing that lets that down is the LEDs I use for the engines, far too dim. But they looked okay when I had them originally, but when I finished the model, it just seemed to be so much darker. They don't work really at all. It's a pity.
Yeah. But you've got a cracking pair of tips.
Tips, yes. I know. Yes, I did get. They're down. Yep, in the background there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And R2-D2 flashing away in the top. You can see there's a little light changing.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you've got cracking tips, you've got to have an R2 that's flashing.
Oh, I know exactly. So, that was probably the most elaborate lighting job I've done on a model so far, and it was again very straightforward. I've got another one of those kits that I might do another one in the future and get a little bit more elaborate with it.
Yeah.
The one I really wanted to do is the shuttle Tidarium, but you just can't get them.
No, I know. I do. I like the shuttle Tidarium. I think it's one of the nicest models that come out of the films.
Yeah. There was supposed to be a re-release of that this year as well.
I'm surprised they haven't re-released everything to do with Star Wars.
Oh, perhaps between now and November.
Just wait for a Bandai to bring it out. They'll do it.
But what price? That's the thing. Hello. Well, that's unfair because their prices. I mean, I got the X-wing Starfighter from Hobbylink Japan, and it was £10 plus delivery.
Yeah.
Oh, I can well believe that come sort of October time, we're going to start getting Star Wars cornflakes and
yes. Like Star Trek was in the good old days. Yes.
Yeah. So I can see that happening. I mean, any toy store or model store or hobby store is just going to look like the inside of the Cantina band.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut, McDonald's, you name it. Yeah, I know.
Oh, totally. You're going to go to McDonald's and they're going to be lightsabers everywhere, and you're going to have an X-wing splashed into the window. From the inside, it'll probably look like you're under attack.
I mean, I'm doing this regularly on Monday nights now. There's no subject matter anyone ever wants to talk about specifically. We just do just natter away and stick with that format.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I know. It's usually it all depends who turns up. There was a new guy joined in Jack's hangout last night, Andrew Campbell.
Oh no, Andrew. Yeah, we've been chatting Andrew all the time. Yeah.
Some lovely looking kits, sitting in the background of the room.
Yeah. And the swine, a starfighter.
I know,
I've been trying to get that starfighter for absolutely ages because it's one of the I want to get the resin cockpit for it, but the model is one of those that you can light up. You know, where I've seen the resin versions around, and it's just about impossible to light the resin ones up unless you drill a living darling.
Yeah.
Do you know, you can tell how childish I am. I started giggling just because you said cockpit.
Yeah.
Now don't start because it was bad enough with Heath on Saturday. You didn't see Heath on Saturday when he came up with. Yeah.
So yeah, no, yeah, we've I think me and Keith have chatted to Andrew several times.
Right, I must. I mean, I've added him onto my circles, but I haven't had an opportunity yet to get a chat to him because it is interesting to see it. And he says he's only at it a year. I'm impressed with what he's done in a year. So.
He's been doing some amazing stuff. And, only been on it for a year, you know, in the hobby for a year. That's pretty damn good, really. You ask me.
Yeah. Yep. Hopefully I join on Monday, not here some Monday night, but again, it all depends. I know it doesn't always suit people. Sometimes it's too early in the evening, but
I don't know if he's on.
He is not according to my Google, but while Google is accurate and not, a lot of people there who haven't joined us this evening, but no matter. I'm going to stop the broadcast now for the moment, guys, so hold on, just bear with me. Okay.